one of the things I took from it was like, you seem like apart from the earlier Jackass stuff, you seem like older, wiser. I mean, obviously you are older, but like you're still willing to do anything for the audience, but it's gone from that sort of frenetic, I wonder, will he survive this, to a more confident, I will survive this. Now watch me do it. Like, it's incredible to see that transition from your early days to now. Like,
yeah, if you knew what I was going to do on this Saturday, I think you would totally rethink what you just said.
Come on, you got to tell me. You can't leave me with that now. What's going on?
I will add, okay, I can't even believe I'm going to give this up, but that's just the way I run my shit. I'm my own boss, so I'm going to fucking put it out there.
All right, I love it.
Yeah, nobody's the boss of me. Okay, the plan, like, this is for the follow-up to the Gnarly special, which we've been talking about.
Right.
The follow-up project is called Steve-O's Bucket List. You know, because like, you know, while the Gnarly comedy special represents this sort of journey through my criminal record and my drug addiction, you know, with all kinds of new crazy Jackass stunts, like, for the new one, I decided to dispense with the regaling and recycling of like historic footage and stories. In some cases, I've had the ideas for decades. And one of them was to go skydiving for my first time, butt naked, with the tandem instructor strapped to my back while furiously masturbating, and time it so that I fall out of the airplane while I'm blasting a load all over the guy and everything else. And I called that skyjacking, and I totally pulled it off.
Wait, you literally pulled it off. I like that.
Yeah, literally and figuratively.
Wait, hang on. Does your tandem instructor know what's going on, or was this a surprise to him as well?
Yeah, and as far as like multimedia stand-up goes, that's the fucking coup de grace. And wow. I wonder why would I be fucking telling this story when I'm just promoting the other? I'm just an idiot. But it's fun to be active. So another one of the ideas, it initially started out as you know, like a sprint, a foot race between two guys, me and my Wild Boys partner Chris Pontius. The idea was to line up for a foot race, where it starts with a gun, like a race, but two guns, and they're tranquilizer dart guns. As on your mark, get set, they start the race by shooting tranquilizer darts into our butt cheeks, and then we sprint like the wind to see who can get the farthest before they land. Yeah, before they land flat on their fucking face.
Has this happened? This has happened already, or is this an idea?
No, I mean, I pursued this, right? When we found the fucking guy, we were all ready to go. But the thing was that the drug that they were talking about was the drug that would be in the darts was like fucking ketamine. Right. I can't have ketamine. Like that's not okay for me. So I revised it. I revised the plan to be okay. Said no tranquilizer dart foot race. What it needs to be is a general anesthesia challenge, because I've been in surgery so many times in sobriety. Like, I'm just comfortable, you know. Like I've been knocked out for a multitude of medical procedures, and I've never relapsed. So I said, okay, let's do, let me forget the foot race. It'll be just me, and I'll be on a bicycle with an IV in my vein, and they'll plunge general anesthesia drugs into it to knock me unconscious while I'm speeding on a bicycle. And that I loved. So we found an anesthesiologist. We actually we found out a lot about anesthesia in that. And I learned that I learned that I shouldn't be messing around with propofol, because that's an actual substance of abuse. So we did it with the etomidate. But the thing was that this anesthesiologist that we found, like, they didn't want me to die, you know. So like they were in disguise, because they would have lost their license and their livelihood and probably gone to jail, you know. So it's a very illegal and high level shoot. And they brought enough, like it takes 8 milligrams of etomidate to knock someone out for a procedure. and we had 20 milligrams. So you'd think that we'd get it done. But what they did was they gave it to me bit by bit. You know, if they would have given it to me all, if they would have given it to me all at once, I would have crashed the bike. We would have been done. Like fucking, you know, hallelujah, we got it. But because they gave it to me bit by bit, I just rode this fucking bicycle around like a loaded asshole, and I never even crashed. You know?
Wow.
Yeah,
You're probably a rhino at this stage.
Right. Well, they never managed to knock me out because they gave it to me incrementally.
Wow.
And so I mean, it's great for me because now we're compiling all of this footage. You know, I mean, we had the bit, but it didn't work. So we went to South Africa to take on poachers in some way, like, because the tranquilizer dart idea initially was like, screw poachers, we're going to promote tranquilizer darts. You know, why should they be killing these animals? You know, they don't have to kill the animals. They could shoot it with a dart instead, and then get their trophy picture and let it live.
That's a good argument.
So, yeah, so we went to South Africa to continue filming, and that was just another debacle. Oh my God, we got in a real tussle with some poachers.
Shit.
And so we had that footage too, and then but now I'm back to the thing. I'm back to this. I got to get the bit done. So as I was on my bucket list tour, and one of the bits in the bucket list show is the anesthesia bike ride, and I show the footage, and it's pretty funny how I'm all like yelling at my buddies, like, you know, is the lengths we went to for the anesthesia bike ride were definitely worth the comedy. Right. It's part of the show. And at one of my shows, somewhere in the country, and I'm not gonna tell you where, at one of my shows, this guy said, "Hey, I've got a way you can finish your bit. I've got a way that you can finish your anesthesia bit that's not going to compromise your sobriety." He said, "There's a drug that I can inject into your spinal cavity, which will paralyze your legs. From the waist up, you're going to be normal, but your legs will be completely useless and paralyzed for 45 minutes. And and I'm like, okay, cool. So I'll do a 30-yard dad. We'll get the thing in my spine, and then you plunge it, and on your mark, get set, plunge, and I'll fucking see how far I can run." Before,
how far did you get?
Well, that's what's happening this Saturday.